What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuning in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Got another edition, brand new episode for everybody, episode 67. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good, Rich. How you doing?
Doing good, man. I'm out of quarantine. I still can't taste or smell, man. Gotta work on that. Get those essential oils that Steve was talking about to bring back that taste and smell.
Smell therapy is a new one. I hadn't heard that before.
Yeah, when he told me that, I was like, what? And then the same day he told me that, somebody else told me the same thing, and I was
really?
like, oh yeah. So I was like, maybe it works. And then somebody else had told me if you do if you like burn an orange and like smell it, it's supposed to help too. But I don't know about burning an orange though.
Seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing seems like a lot of work. So maybe I got to get these pills to these COVID pills to help. So
get your smell back.
Yeah, maybe. But no, I'm sure they're gonna charge an arm and a leg for those prescriptions.
Yeah, well, they better get them going because the NBA, the NHL, the NFL, they're all hurting right now.
Yeah, it looks like after this Thanksgiving break, everybody went home to eat together, and everybody came out with COVID together. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, man, it's spreading like wildfire. You know, unfortunately, it's like this would be like a perfect time to just take a 2-week shutdown, let everyone, get healthy. But this is like when everyone's off and when everyone wants to watch sports and gamble on sports and do all that stuff. So
yeah, this is prime time right now. So
it is prime time.
They can't really afford to take a break.
No, they cannot.
But I mean, let's get right into it, man. We got the Week 14 recap. The Ravens, they lose to the Browns. They lost Lamar. I mean, can this team catch a break? I mean, the whole damn team's out with injuries.
They got to be the most injury-ridden team in the league right now. I mean, and credit to Harbaugh, they still somehow were able to come back and had a chance to win that game. But yeah, they're just they're hurting right now, and as tough as that team is and as well coached as they are, it's just like there's a point where you can't overcome the injuries anymore.
Yeah, they might need to I don't want to say call it a wrap, but I mean, you never know what can happen in the playoffs. But from what I'm hearing, Lamar's going to suit up for Sunday's game against the Packers.
Yeah, it looks like it was a low ankle sprain, so he might have avoided, like you said, a longer injury. But yeah, they're still getting ravaged down there.
Oh yeah. Not to mention we got COVID, so I mean, you got all those injuries and you got people catching COVID. I might have to go hire an agent so I can get on that Raven squad before the season's up.
No kidding.
And then the Browns, they still struggling even though they won the game. I don't know what to say, man. I don't think Baker's it. I'm staying on that bandwagon until
you've been on that bandwagon for a while. Again, like wasn't impressive. Defense played well, kind of carried them early, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to disagree that Baker's not the right guy. I think he can be a game manager, or he may get you a couple good regular season records, but I'm not sure if he's that guy you want. Game on the line, down 6, and need to score a touchdown in the playoffs. Yeah,
I don't know. I think maybe the coaching needs to be held accountable as well to put him in better positions to pass the ball. I don't know that the run game is there. It's just like something's off with the passing game. I don't know if it's him or the protection or maybe the receivers. I don't know what it is. But I mean, there's no way he should be doing a lot better numbers with the talent that they have on that team and had on that team.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Then we got the Raiders and the Chiefs. The Raiders stomp on the logo and the Chiefs stomp on the Raiders. Pretty much how that game summed up.
I don't get these teams, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's not like you're like, a perennial like powerhouse team. Like, you're the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't remember the last time you've been in the playoffs. I guess it was that year Derek Carr got hurt. But again, like once he went out, you were trash. And it's like, yeah, you had a decent start to the season, but the Chiefs are coming into their own. The last thing you want to do is give them any more reason to kick your ass.
Yeah, I mean, I still commend them to try to muster up something to not get bullied but they still got bullied. I mean, the first stage is to stand up against the bully that's been beating you the past few games. I mean, the first game, Patrick Mahomes had 5 touchdowns, no picks. This game is just another one out of control. But I mean, it just looks bad when they just beat you that bad. But I mean, at least they showed some kind of fight pre-game. But I mean, after that game got out of control, I guess they realized that wasn't the right thing to do. So.
Yeah, that's one of those things where it probably bites you in the ass more than it benefits you. Again, like I guess I see your point on the getting the team fired up somehow, some way, but ultimately, like, you went the wrong route on this one against a absolutely surging Kansas City defense right now.
Yeah, giving up 65 points in the past 6 games. So
yeah, you got to have a little bit of self-awareness on that one, I think.
Oh yeah, or maybe they they got to go back to the drawing board in reference to different ways to motivate them.
Yeah, I would say so.
Maybe do something in the locker room rather than out on the field like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we had the Seahawks, man. They beat the Texans, moved you guys one spot in the mock drafts.
Yeah.
Then we have the Giants, they giant, and then the Jets, they jet.
Man, I unfortunately, because of fantasy purposes in my other league, I was watching that Titans Jaguars game, and holy cow, are the Jaguars bad? And not only they're bad. Trevor Lawrence looks awful, and Urban Meyer is like, I don't see a path for him to be the coach next year. Like that Jacksonville team is an absolute.
Yeah, they're definitely in the rebuilding stage, and then Urban's not helping them out with the play calling. So they're definitely going to go offensive line in the draft, which you want, because we don't want them getting these defensive players. But I mean, I think Trevor will look better next year after they get some more help. Maybe they get a new play caller. But I also agree with you. I don't think Urban's going to last that long down there. So
I just don't know what they're trying to do. They got James Robinson. I think he had 2 touches on Sunday. Like, why aren't you dialing up screen plays and things like that to build Trevor's confidence? I mean, he had 4 interceptions on Sunday, and all of those were probably like, I think at least 3 of them were down the field throws that I can remember, like trying to push the defense. And he had a team in Tennessee that was kind of, I'd say, ripe for the taking. I know Julio is back, but their offense kind of sputtered all day. So I don't know. I felt like that was a spot for the team's in a little bit of turmoil. Maybe Urban or whoever is calling plays down there tries to cater a little bit more toward kind of like what the Jets are doing now. You feel like the Jets are now like trying to dial up plays that will benefit Zach Wilson instead of letting him just kind of sit back there and a 7-step drop and try to huck it down the field. I felt like maybe the Jaguars might try to do something like that against Tennessee, and they did the exact opposite.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to the play calling, man. I mean, they got to put their franchise quarterback in a better spot to read defenses and get some kind of rhythm going, get comfortable in the pocket. But like you said, man, we don't think Urban's gonna be there that long. So there's gonna be a lot of coaches looking for head coaching spots this all season.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see. I wouldn't be surprised. I would like to see Brian Leftwich get the head coaching job over there, because he was actually a quarterback down there too. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Then we had the Bears and the Packers. The Bears almost scared me for a second, but Packers took care of business.
Man, is that Grant kid fast or what? Holy smokes!
Oh yeah, I got a flashback. Thought I was Devin Hester for a minute, but
I know.
He's way shorter. But I mean, the Bears been showing some like signs that they got a little flashes of potential. With Field and some of the things they're trying to do. But just like we talked about Urban, I don't think this coaching staff is gonna make it to the all season either.
That's gonna be an open position.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if they went another offensive coach, and then to see how they build from there, because that defense is not what it used to be either. Even though they have some guys out still.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Then we had the Cowboys and the Redskins. Cowboys almost blow it. I don't know, man. Do you feel like the Cowboys it's gonna make some noise in the playoffs, or they're gonna dud out in the first round again?
I don't know what to think of that team, man. Their defense is legit. You got 2 probably two of the top three defensive players in the league right now, Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. So, they played well, but then, like, the offense starts to sputter, and then it's almost like the defense is like, well, I guess we'll just, kind of hang back and that stupid prevent crap that, like, Tampa Bay did against Buffalo, too. And then, Washington gets back in the game, a couple big throws and a pick six, and then it's a ball game all of a sudden. So
Yeah.
when Dallas needed to make the stop, they did. So kudos to them, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know what that offense is a little kind of shaky right now, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if Dak's still hurt or just something. They need to change something offensively. Maybe because Tony Pollard is out. He might be out for the season too with that injury. So I don't know if they want to rely on Dak too much in that run game. But we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, it should kind of lie on Dak. I mean, you have Gallup, you got Cooper, and you got CeeDee Lamb. Like, one of those guys is going to be open. And you got Schultz, Dalton Schultz, running down the seam, and again, Zeke in the backfield, even if it's 70% of Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
They have plenty, and they have a good offensive line. So, like, I don't, if Dak's hurt, like, that's one thing. But, man, like, they have all the tools they need there on offense.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the play calling. I don't know.
I don't know. Kellen Moore has been pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Calling plays there for Dallas. So, I don't know. Maybe it's the execution. Maybe something's off a little bit. I don't know. Maybe now that they have all their kind of guys healthier, they just need a couple games to get rolling. But I think they could be a dangerous team with that defense. So the offense can turn it around.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like sometimes they play more conservative once they're up, rather than keeping the foot on the gas sometimes. So
yeah, that could be.
And then we had the Bills and the Bucks. I mean, the Bucks take it. The Bills come back. I thought that game was over. They're down 20. Come back and then tie the game, get it back into overtime. Some questionable calls. There was a possible pass interference play on the Bills side with Trayvon Diggs. I mean, not Trayvon.
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, which would have put the Bills in position for a touchdown, but they in overtime they got the ball first. I mean, you have to score. You cannot not score and give Tom Brady the ball back. I mean, it's just one of those. Tom Brady's a finisher. There was no way they're going to win that game after they gave the ball back to Tom Brady.
Nope, they didn't stand a chance.
I mean, the Bills are struggling. Yeah. Bills are struggling too, man.
Yeah, the Bills. I mean, I don't know how many people expected the Bills to win this game coming into it. I think they definitely showed something coming back again, like with these nonsense prevent defenses that these teams like why if you're the Bucks, and again this goes back to like the Cowboys, just like keep your foot on the gas pedal, get to the end of the third quarter and be up by 40, and then pull your starters. Like, look at what the Chiefs did to Las Vegas down there. Like, they didn't let up until into the fourth quarter, and then they're like, all right, cool, we're good to go. Like, you can't let these are all NFL players, right? I mean, they can get back into a game, and the Bills can with Diggs and Sanders and Allen and that crew. So again, I think they showed something by coming back, but Tampa is just as much at fault in my mind.
Yeah, that was kind of what we mentioned about earlier. I mean, maybe these teams, like, when they get up big, they don't want to really keep the foot on the gas because they don't want people to get hurt. They want to just run, like, simple stuff. Well, I mean, I don't know why. I mean, the game could change in a matter of a series. So.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see come playoff time. If the Bucks can get to that number one spot. I don't think they will, but just the matchups. Because I mean, there's a lot of great teams in the NFC. I mean, we're gonna get a lot of good games in the playoffs as well for the AFC too.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And then we had the Rams and the Cardinals. Rams defense shows up. Your boy Aaron Donald goes buck wild. I mean, first play of the game, he throws the guard into the quarterback. I mean, he's just one of those nights. He was just ready. But I think, the Cardinals lose the number one spot now. Packers are number one in the NFC. But I mean, I think this says a lot about the Cardinals, man. I don't think they're ready, man.
Yeah, we've kind of been back and forth on this one all year. I think they're a step below the Bucks and the Packers,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe even obviously after last night, maybe even a step below the Rams. And I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's coaching. Maybe it's just the players just aren't there yet. But I don't know. I felt like they've kind of been hanging on in a couple of these games. And again, I mean, 10 wins in the NFL is 10 wins. I don't care how you slice it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they seem to be kind of like, I would say, like upper mid tier type of team. I don't know if they have the pieces to take it down. And I don't know if that, again, like, give Kyler another year or two and maybe, he missed a couple throws. Like, he had AJ Green in that first quarter.
Yeah.
Wide open. He kind of rushed the throw. So there's things like that I think that you gain with experience in the league. But yeah, the Rams defense looked good. I thought Matt Stafford played extremely well. He's had kind of a knock on him over the years of not playing well against good teams. So hopefully that eased Sean McVay's fears a little bit there.
Yeah, then your boy Odell, he's got 3 touchdowns in 3 games, man. He only has 7 touchdowns with 3 in was it 3 seasons with the Browns, which is kind of mind-boggling. Just shows they really weren't using him like they should have.
Yeah. Yep. No, agreed. Although he hit the COVID protocol today, so hopefully he can get in and out of that.
Oh man, this is running rapid, man.
Yep.
We might need that week off and reset so we can get these good games, man. I don't know if you saw your boy Chase hit the 1,010 touchdowns club, man.
Yeah, he was Burrow. He was good again. I mean, Burrow kind of struggled. Not Burrow struggled, but I think Chase has struggled the past few weeks. He had that big drop last week that turned into an interception where it should have been a touchdown. But yeah, he looked more like early season in this game. So, and they made a nice comeback. Since he made a nice comeback, sent it to OT, kick the field goal, take the lead, and then Garoppolo drives San Fran down the field for the win. So a couple OT walk-off touchdowns.
Yeah, they were all good games too. I'm surprised we got this many this year. I mean, it's like if you look at the records, like there's 14 teams that are like within the like one or 2 games of like being in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's tight.
Might be more. I think might be 20 teams. The way, I mean, it's pretty much like I won't say even playing field, but like a well spread out like season where a bunch of teams are winning and pretty much everybody's going back and forth.
Yeah, there's a lot of parity for sure in the league this year.
We're gonna see who can stay hot come these next few weeks, and so they get some momentum into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Then we got week 15 of the NFL coming up. We got some good games coming up. We got the Chiefs and the Chargers. Who you liking out of that one?
That's the Thursday night game this week, isn't it?
Yeah. Wait, I think it is. Hold on.
I think it is. So Chargers getting Keenan Allen back. Obviously, they didn't need him over this past weekend. I think that's big for Herbert. It's hard to bet against the Chiefs right now, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, they've been rolling, especially on that defensive side. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't give up a bunch of points again to the Chargers and kind of held them to a low score, and while the Chiefs offense rolled.
Yeah, I do think this is going to be a lower scoring game than most people would expect. I think the over/under is set at like 48.5, which for these two teams seems low. So maybe Vegas is also picking up on that.
Yeah, because I mean, last time they played, it was 30-24, so I was well over that threshold.
Yeah, I think just with the way that KC's defense is playing, and I wouldn't say that Herbert's been struggling, but I don't think that up until last week, I think he's been last couple of weeks before this a little bit down.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it'll be a good matchup. So that's a good Thursday night game.
Oh yeah, I'll still roll with the Chiefs in this one. I think they understand the moment, and then they're going to lock up that number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to them and the Patriots is my guess, and the Patriots have a big matchup on Saturday night, and the Chiefs on the Thursday night. So I think by Saturday we might have a good idea who's going to be heading towards that number 1 seed.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the Pats, I mean, we got the Pats and the Colts. That should be a good one. Just interested to see if the Pats can shut down that Colts run game.
Yeah, that should be their Bill's main focus. We know how he handles that. most weeks. So I mean, the thing about Taylor is I think he's a little more dynamic than a lot of these guys, so he can come out of the backfield too. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle this.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they can cause Wentz to throw some interceptions or do stuff he normally, the bad stuff he does to have him turn over the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we got the Texans and versus the Jags. I mean, this is a game people normally won't watch, but one of these teams is going to have 3 wins after this, so that's going to possibly bump you guys up to the in between that 2-3 range if that happens.
Yeah, it's bound to happen. Unfortunately, you can only hang so long in that 3-4 spot with these teams starting to play each other, and the Jets have a game against the Jags later this season too. So, yeah, unfortunately, probably a couple more wins in the Jets' future.
I mean, you guys could sit everybody and hopefully I wonder if that's gonna be like the deciding game between like the 2nd pick and like the 5th pick.
Yeah.
Then we got the Cowboys and the Giants. I mean, it looks like I don't know if Daniel Jones is coming back, man. Looks like he might be sitting out the rest of the season with his injuries. Seems like rumors coming out that they might this is gonna be Gettleman's last hurrah, but they're gonna keep the head coach. But I think anytime you get a new GM, the new GM is gonna get a new coach. So it might be clearing house come this offseason for the Giants.
Yeah, it's interesting that I never really understand why the GM, like a new GM, keeps a coach other than he's essentially like a fall guy.
Yeah.
Right. Like if things go bad right away, at least you have that one guy you can fire and buy yourself another couple years. But other than that, like if I'm a GM, like I want my own coach. I don't,
Yeah, I don't want to waste time with a.
Exactly.
But I think sometimes they do it just to give themselves, like you said, the extra time, just to catch up on like draft picks and whatever the case may be.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it in a sense, but I wouldn't want to do it that way if I didn't have to.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Because then if they win, then you got to keep them. Like you can't fire him after he makes the playoffs now.
But then again, if he turns out to be a decent coach, maybe it's a win-win.
Yeah, but I mean, but then it messes it up. Like if he wins that next season and then loses, then
yeah, I mean it's a slippery slope for sure.
Because then by then, now your contract's up for renewal, and you just had to lose the season. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then we got your Jets and the Dolphins. How you feeling about your Jets, man?
I mean, I think they're going to lose the Dolphins. Elijah Moore is on IR. He was kind of the one bright spot. Corey Davis is on IR. I mean, I think the Jets are beat up. They're throwing some young talent out there. I think outside of C.J. Mosley, that defense is mostly like rookies, and they're just playing out the string. I think at this point, they got crushed by Taysom Hill and Alvin Kamara. So I don't expect much from them at the end of the season. Again, they got the Jags. I think they got Buffalo twice and Miami. So I would fully expect Miami to keep rolling against the Jets this weekend.
I mean, I'm going to be rooting for your Jets, but...
Oh, where's the New York love, Rich?
I mean, it is love. I mean, I'm rooting for you guys to win. I mean, right now, you guys are at the 4 spot. I think we're at 5 and 7 or 5 and 6, something like that. And then I think you guys are at 8 with that with the Seahawks pick. But I mean, it's gonna be close, man. These games are gonna come down to the final wire as far as the draft picks. I don't like McShay's mock draft that he put out. And the Giants getting like the 3rd best defensive end, and I don't know who else we got with that other pick, but there's so many people on the board we could have got. I just want to smack them in the face.
You still butthurt about Micah Parsons, aren't you?
I mean, not really.
You wanted him early though.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they should have took him, but just because of what the Cowboys did, right? The Cowboys traded. You don't trade with somebody in your division and let them move up. So Smith could go to the Eagles, and then you was right there. I would have just took Parsons, knowing that he was the only player that they had on their board to draft, rather than move back. But hey, I guess they thought he couldn't fit but didn't make sense. But I mean, I don't know, man. Just sometimes when you see these moves, like you see these draft picks, and there's so many other players on the board. I just wonder what they were seeing compared to like what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I mean that's when you have to have a real, inside look at your recruiting, who's doing your recruiting, who's leading that, and scouting, all that stuff.
I don't know, man. I might have to apply for some of these GM roles, man. It make no sense, man.
Yeah.
And then we got the Packers and the Ravens. That should be a good game. I don't think the Ravens could pull it off, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did, though.
Yeah.
Being the type of team they are and the way they play and fight, it's gonna be interesting to see. If that Green Bay defense can stop Lamar.
Yeah, if Lamar, I think with the ankle injuries, is their whole offense is built on him running the ball, or at least being a threat to run the ball. So if he's not running the ball, I'm a little concerned at how they'll do. But other than that, it's a tough team. It'll be interesting to see how the Packers handle him. But I would never count the Baltimore out. But they're just in such like I said, injury hell that I don't know how they could beat them.
Yeah, especially they don't got any corners. I don't know how they're gonna stop Adams. It's gonna be a long day for that defense.
Yeah, it is.
And then we got the Saints and the Bucks. I mean, that should be a decent game. I feel like the Buccaneers getting all these Monday night games, man. That's all I see every Monday night, Sunday night. Buccaneers versus somebody else.
Yeah.
I feel like they just milking Tom Brady while he's still here.
But, I mean, I think you're allowed to get six primetime games. They make sure he gets 6 every year.
I feel like they're on every other week on the primetime game.
I know.
And then we got the Vikings and the Bears. I don't know how this one was a primetime game, but hey, division matchup. Hoping the Vikings take care of business because we don't need the Bears winning, messing up our draft picks. And then on to the NBA. We got Steph Curry get ready to break this 3-point record tonight. I don't know if you've seen it. They just showed him with talking to Ray Allen and Reggie Miller before the game. Just great shooting all right there together. You're going to say 3 of the top 5 or whatever you want to call it, the greatest shooters of all time. I'm just interested to see if, how much damage he does against my Knicks, man.
Yeah, the 3-point thing, I don't know. Maybe I'm just, looking at it the wrong way. And just the game has changed so much, and there's so many 3-pointers that are shot now. And granted, Steph was probably at the head of that, and probably one of the reasons why it changed. Ray Allen and Ray Allen maybe later in his career, but early in his career, and Reggie Miller for most of his career, I felt like 3-pointers were kind of a premium. These guys now shoot. I mean, Steph shot, he was 6 for 17 from 3-point range the other day. I don't ever remember Miller or Allen shooting 17 3-pointers in a game. So, in today's, analytics NBA where you're either, inside of 5 feet taking a shot or outside the 3-point line, I don't want to diminish it because obviously Steph's a great shooter. And even comparing percentages against those other guys' percentages, I mean, he's if not the highest, he's right there. So clearly could shoot. It doesn't matter what era that is, but the volume, I guess, I'm less impressed about.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if those guys had that volume, what their overall percentage would be. I mean, even though let's say they shot the same volume, would they still be as effective as him? Because I mean, he shoots threes like 2s compared to some people. So, but I mean, it'd have been interesting. But I mean, I also think he revolutionized the game because of his size as well. He's a few inches shorter than those guys, and just the spacing he creates for how much you have to guard him. I don't know if you ever seen there's these guys on YouTube. I think they're called CD World or something like that. They do little skits about NBA players and other stuff. And they did a skit of how you have to guard Stephen Curry. So Steph gets out of bed and he's the guy's guarding him, and he's Steph's like, yo, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? He goes, man, I'm guarding you, man. What you mean, man? You're not gonna score me. And then he said something to him, and he's like, man, just relax, man. I gotta go brush my teeth, man. He's like, all right, fine. And then all of a sudden he pulls out a basketball. Yeah, and then it goes in and one of those little child hoop things. Yeah. He's like, oh man. Then he finally he pulls Steph pulls up to the the stadium, and then he gets out the car. He's like, oh, you again? He's like, yeah, man, coach said I gotta guard you, man. Then eventually he gets to the game, and then Steph just shoots a 3 in his face, And the guy's like, all right, I'm done, man. He's like, coach, take me out, man. I can't guard this guy, man. I've been guarding him since he woke out of bed, man. So I thought that was pretty funny, man. You got to check that out.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
I mean, you think over or under 40 points tonight for Steph?
Over under 40 points?
Yeah.
How many threes does he need to break the record?
He needs 2, so that's coming in the first quarter. So those will be his first 2 shots.
Yeah, you know how these guys all love to play it in the Garden, especially a guy like Steph who only gets to play here once a year. So yeah, I could easily see him getting in that 38 to 45 point range.
I think it'll be interesting or crazy if he broke the 3-point record and Clay's record for 3-pointers. I think that would be
I thought he was going to try to do that the other night. He was like 11 or 12 back. I thought and he did. I mean, I think he ended up shooting like 17 or 18 threes, but he just wasn't hitting. He was only hitting at a 33% clip. So
yeah, only a 33%. Just your normal 3-point shooting.
Exactly.
But I mean, he was open too on those shots. It just wasn't falling.
Yeah. Yep.
And then we got your boy Durant. He's carrying the nets. Will we ever see Kyrie, man? I know he put something out today, putting his shoes on. Like, does that mean he's coming back or?
Yeah, it sounds like that Woj had a report that he was either looking to get vaccinated or the Nets were going to allow him to play on the road. I don't know. It was hard to decipher, but it does sound like they're looking to bring him back in some sort of capacity.
Yeah, I think they're going to need him come playoff time.
Oh yeah. Well, now they're in. They're having a COVID outbreak. We got 8 guys that can dress for tonight. Harden just entered protocol today. So a little bit of a mess over there in Brooklyn too.
And then we got NCAA football. Your boy Young wins the Heisman. I mean, no surprise there.
They were really pumping Aiden Hutchinson there, though. It felt like ESPN really pushing that one to the point where I thought he had, he could have been the first defensive Heisman Trophy winner in a while. So.
Yeah, but I think he would need a lot more sacks. He only had 14, even though only 14. But
it set a Michigan record. So
yeah, but I mean compared to like you going against an offensive player, I mean they're going sacks versus touchdowns. I mean maybe if he had like 20 something, I think he would have got it compared to Young's 44 touchdowns or whatever he got. And then the records too, so I'm sure that played a factor into it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But I mean, he bumped himself up to the first pick in the draft with those sacks. So we're gonna see what happens. He'll probably go over the Oregon defensive end, who's probably projected the first pick in this draft.
Oh, so. Yeah. Those are gonna be 2 high draft picks.
I hope they fall. So either they go back to back to the Jets or back to back to the Giants.
Jets need more help than 2 defensive ends.
That's fine. I'll take them.
Oh, they can take one, but they're gonna need someone else too.
And then we have the transfer portal is going to go crazy in NCAA football.
It's already started. Bo Nix is out. He's out of Oklahoma. Yeah, it's same thing. We saw in college basketball. The way that these things are working now is that there's no waiting period, right?
No, I think I think there is.
Are you sure? I thought they waived that.
I think they're trying to waive it. I know for basketball they were trying to waive it. So because I know not last year, I think the year before, it was in discussions and there was rumors that they were going to waive it, but it didn't get waived. And I know some people had to sit last year. Uh-huh. And then I know those people that sat last year, some of them still moved around again for basketball. And then I think for football, I think some of the people already that I think there's a cutoff when you can, so you don't have to sit. There's something like that for football. But I mean, it's gonna be the Wild Wild West, man. It's like free agency. But I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see because some of those people that try to transfer, if you don't get picked up by another team, I mean, you're done. That's it. And I know that happened to a lot of people in basketball. So
yeah.
Then we got the college playoffs for football. We got Alabama versus Cincinnati. I think that's the 31st. And then we got Georgia versus Michigan. I'm interested to see if Cincinnati can hold up to Alabama.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those conversations around, the top, the Power Five there conferences, and what does an outsider look like in there? So Cincinnati's got to kind of hang tough for all the small schools out there. Otherwise,
I think
they lose credibility. I mean, it just is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think if they keep it close, they do a lot for their division and other teams that are from smaller programs.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan beat Georgia, man.
I could see that. I could see an avenue where that happens. Tougher for them to get to the national championship. They have to beat Georgia and Alabama. But yeah, I could see that. I'm not overly impressed with. I think Georgia's defense is good. I'm not overly impressed with what's his name, Bennett, the quarterback there in Georgia. He didn't impress me at all against Alabama and a tough defense.
Yeah, I don't think Georgia really had a good quarterback. I feel like they really never had a good quarterback outside of
Jake Fromm.
Fromm, yeah. And didn't what's the name go there? Didn't Stafford go there?
Stafford went there, yep.
I mean, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
We got not too much in college basketball. I mean, Purdue's was number one, then they lose. Now Baylor's the new number one. I'm interested to see how long that lasts, man.
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting to come tournament time to see, when they compare these schedules of how people or who beat who. Because, sometimes you could have beaten number one, but if that number one lost to a bunch of different teams, it diminishes that number one and hurts your chance to get in the tournament.
Yeah, that's why I was like always when UMass would play out of conference games against better teams, you're like rooting for them to keep getting better because that win just looks better and better. In this case, again, if some of these number one teams start to stumble a little bit, the win looks worse and worse and kind of hurts that RPI. But I don't think they'll get any of these teams that have been number one. I doubt they're going to get too low. They're all good teams. But yeah, it's almost like not if, but when is Baylor going to lose and drop that one seed? And then who's up next?
Looks like Baylor's up next. So I mean, we're gonna see what happens within the week. See if they we'll see how long they can hold it for. So
yep.
Then it's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. Got a brand new edition of JD's Bison Brew. What you got for us?
All right. So for tonight, we got a grilled chicken pasta salad with a balsamic vinaigrette. So you can either, you could probably make this and then chill it and use it as like an appetizer. I made it as more of a meal. So pretty easy. It's a good weeknight recipe. Mostly done on the grill. Obviously, we use the wheat pasta, so put the pasta on the boil. While that's going on, grill the chicken, red peppers, green onions, season with olive oil, salt, pepper, and then toss them on the grill. Let them all get all nice and charred while that pasta's cooking. And then in a bigger type bowl where you want everything to land, throw some balsamic vinegar, lemon zest, lemon juice, garlic. Whisk all that up and then add in the olive oil, season with salt and pepper. So that's kind of like your dressing. And then we did was, throw the pasta in, mix it all up, let it sit, and then slice up the peppers, chicken, green onions, throw that all in, throw a little, roughly chopped basil in there, and then combine, toss that all. So you got kind of like a summer type chicken salad, pasta salad. With the grilled chicken, peppers, and stuff. And then when you serve it, you just load it up with parm, and then you're good to go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just fresh grated parm.
Is parm your favorite cheese?
My favorite?
Yeah.
No, probably not. Parm's all right. Wife and my youngest like it, but like they'll have me cut chunks of it off the block.
JD's like, parm again, guys.
I'll eat it. I mean, I like it like shredded and grated and all that stuff. I don't, and obviously it goes in a lot of the stuff that I cook anyways. But there's other cheeses I like better. Big cheddar fan, so.
What do you like what? Sharp, mild, white?
I like them all. Depending, I actually like the white cheddar better. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense, but I like all of them. Depends what I'm in the mood for. Extra sharp, probably the least, but I can eat all of them. There's really very few cheeses I don't like. So the only one I really don't like, and I think it's because of the smokiness of it, is the manchego, the Spanish cheese. Just I don't know, something about it. It just tastes like not right to me. I don't know.
I really don't eat that one. I really don't eat that one that much.
Yeah, I don't either. I've had it a couple times and I can't do it. I like that, but I do like I like for soft cheeses. I like goat cheese and brie and I like all the gorgonzola, blue cheese, all that stuff.
Yeah, like Gouda's one of mine.
Oh, Gouda's a good one. Yeah, Gouda's a good one.
And then what would you guys drink that down with?
All right, so sticking with the same brewery from last week, we got a new bottled stout from them, an Imperial Stout. So this one was barrel aged in vanilla bourbon and Buffalo Trace barrels. It was called Cookie Hour. And It was a chocolate chip cookie stout. It honestly tasted like a cookie. It was kind of wild. Again, this thing is clocked in at either 11% or 14%. So I don't know, 11% on this one. But yeah, it was sweet. I wouldn't say it was like overly sweet. It was kind of like I don't know, one of the like a Chips Ahoy type cookie where it's not like I feel like the fresh cookies are like super sweet with a ton of sugar, which everyone obviously likes better. But this one was more of like a dulled down version. But you could still almost like taste the cookie in it, and they condition it I think on cookies, so there was like, which is a little weird, but there was like some little chunks of cookie in the beer. So if you're okay with that, it was fine. But overall it was pretty good. I'd probably give it like an 8.1.
Even with the chunks in the beer?
So that didn't bother me. If you know what it is, like I knew it was cookie, and they kind of give you a heads up, like, hey, there's gonna be like solids.
But is it like crunchy though, or is it like soggy?
No, it's like a soggy cookie.
Oh man, I don't know about that, man.
There was one big piece I pulled out because I couldn't look at it, but if I didn't see it, I would have just it would have been fine.
I'm sure it has a good aftertaste because it has like that the cookie dough and chocolate. So
yeah,
but that's a heavy beer though. You said 14%.
This one was 11.
Yeah. Oh, 11? Oh, 11? That's still heavy. That's like 2 beers in one.
Yep, absolutely. These stouts are all in that 10 to 15% range. So
yeah, you can't have too many of those. You can be
no,
yeah.
You cannot.
And I think that's JD's Bites and Brew, ladies and gentlemen. And then for the BRRs, not really much. I mean, still going through shows. I mean, we got Spider-Man coming out this Friday, so looking forward to that. I know Tom already got like 8 tickets for that. You probably gonna see it like 3 times.
You mean 8 times?
Yeah. And then he's gonna tell us all about the Easter eggs and stuff if we missed it. But I mean, it should be a good movie. Looks like Spider-Man is trying to reverse some stuff that happened with Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange creates a spell, but looks like he combines like timelines. So that's why we're seeing the other Spider-Man villains. And then they come to kill Spider-Man. I'm sure we're gonna see the other Spider-Mans from the other timelines as well, like the previous Spider-Man actors. But I don't think the spell's gonna be able to be reversed, and it's gonna help lead us into some other stuff like Fantastic Four and X-Men, because all the timelines are gonna be combined, which is what we're waiting for. I mean, if you thought the Marvel stuff that they put out before was good, I mean, there's a lot more heroes and villains that are better than what is out from Marvel. So
yeah.
Then just wrapping up some other shows. Money Heist. Money Heist is good. I don't know if you got a chance to see it.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, you'll like it. It's like 5 seasons. I'm on the almost finished with the 4th. And then I know you saw Mayor of Kingstown.
Yep.
I mean, I don't want to give it away, man. They shot your boy, man. I was like,
yeah.
What?
when I saw Tom's text, I mean, I already assumed that it was strange that they're highlighting Jeremy Renner all over the place and don't really mention Kyle Chandler at all. So and obviously he was the most important character on the show to start, obviously, And yeah, he gets whacked at the end of or in the middle of episode 1, and it's kind of like, all right, well, where's this show going now?
Yeah, I was like, is this still gonna be a good show now? Like,
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
And I know you love the Bunny, the Crip guy.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
He's hilarious.
He is hilarious.
Did you get past the first episode or?
Yeah, I just watched the episode where Renner comes in and smashes up all his stuff looking for the letter. And he's like, I had it right there.
Here, man. I had it right here, man. Wait till you see it.
And he comes back with the chairs and they have a beer. I think that was the last part I watched.
Oh, wait till you see the next one when he places an order for like a double cheeseburger. I mean, it's pretty. The little chemistry they have is pretty funny.
Yeah, it is. It is funny, but it's funny because it's like, you know, they both want the same thing, kind of, right? Mm-hmm. Like he wants to be able to do his thing. Renner wants to keep peace, and he wants to make his money. So, but they kind of benefit from each other's, friendship, I guess, or trust, right? It's trust. They trust each other. Everything can flow nicely in the town.
Oh yeah, but I'm interested to see if how things go south.
Yeah.
Being that they're trying to also put a control on the, let's say, inmates, what they call them, so they're not running the pecking order of who runs stuff stays the same.
Right. I mean, in the end, they're a gang, right? I mean, they're part of the Crip, so it's like, any way you shake it, these guys are probably not the best of people.
Yeah, but I mean, neither are the cops, man, because the way
I know.
the way they
it's a different kind of bad. At least these guys are up front about being, gangsters and criminals, whereas like the cops are doing it,
Yeah, they're taking justice into their own hands.
Right.
Making sure people don't get to trial, and wait till you see the next one, man. The same ones I'm watching before. Wheel of Time is still okay, and then I don't think there was anything else I started. I'm waiting for like Hawkeye to like finish, so then I can watch all like the 6 episodes.
Okay.
I think they're on episode 4, so like another 2 weeks I'll binge that. Chucky's okay. I mean, it's classic Chucky. Hellbound was okay. Got a little repetitive. Invasion was horrible. You can pass on that. New season of Dexter is good. There were some other ones I saw. Dr. Brain. It was like one of those like international shows. Ones to check out. Then Netflix has I think The Witcher comes back this week, so they got 8 episodes of that. There was something else on Netflix that's coming out too, I think this week. And then Cowboy Bebop got canceled. I told you it was trash. I couldn't watch the first episode. I just feel like we're never going to get a anime live action show. Mm-hmm. And there's been some great animation shows. Lost in Space was okay last season. A little short. The Expanse is back, I think. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's like a sci-fi show. It's okay. It's like a Star Trek-ish, what's that, Firefly type of show.
Okay. Yeah.
If you're into like space age stuff, you might like it. Then trying to think what else. I know Disney has Boba Fett coming out, so I'm sure people will love, especially if you're a Star Wars fan, people are gonna love that. That might be it. So there's some other stuff I'm checking out here and there. I think Emily in Paris comes back too. I think next week or the week after. So
nice.
And then I think that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time.
Till next time.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out with your boy Rich, JD, and Tom here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.